4.1 Part 2, Ratio Table. I can find two ratios that represent the same relationship.
So, thank you, Emma. We're going to use ratio tables to do this, okay? A table helps you to do what, everybody?
Organize.
A table helps you to organize. Okay, so that's an example of a table there. Arnie Palmer. Remember Arnie Palmer?
Yes.
If I'm making Arnie Palmers in my house, I am going to use 1 cup of lemonade. And I'm going to add to it what?
3 cups of iced tea.
3 cups of iced tea. How many total cups is that?
4.
Okay. I was making my Arnie Palmers. I'm going to actually redraw this one a little bit here because it's hard to see. So it's hard to read. It's kind of scrunched in. So this is my lemonade, and this is my tea. And I made some Arnie Palmers, 1 cup of lemonade, 3 cups of tea. But I got a phone call that my friends were coming over, that I needed to increase the batch size. But I want to make sure that I keep the ratio the same of 1 lemonade cup to 3 iced tea cups. So I had a lot of friends coming over, so I wanted to triple the amount. So I wanted to go from 1 cup of lemonade. If I'm tripling the amount, how many cups of lemonade will I now have?
2, 3.
1 times 3 is 3. So I tripled the amount. I multiplied by 3. In order to keep that same great taste, what do I need to do with the tea?
Multiply by 3.
So how many cups of tea am I adding?
9.
You get the idea, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So you can find equivalent ratios by adding and subtracting or multiplying and dividing. Which one are we not ever going to use again? We are not going to use addition or subtraction anymore to find ratio tables. You may only use multiplication and division. So here is our practice. Remember the pen and pencil problem with Jake and Melissa?
Yeah.
Melissa had 1 pen and Jake had 3 pencils. So we wanted to keep that ratio the same throughout the entire problem. So we always knew that Jake was going to have more writing utensils than Melissa, right?
Yes.
So if I gave Melissa an extra pen, so now she has 2, how many pencils should I give Jake so we have the same ratio?
6.
6. So he's going to end up with 6, right? So if I double Melissa's, multiplied by 2, I'm also doubling Jake's, right?
Yes.
If I have Melissa holding 10 pens, I multiplied by what?
5.
So what should I do with Jake's pencils?
Multiply by 5.
Do you need to show this? Do you think I'm going to make you show this on your assignment?
Yes.
Yes. Those arrows also represent what?
Bubbles.
The arrows and the bubbles not basically, I keep saying basically, they are the same thing. Okay, we went all the way down. I'm going to skip the dog and cat problem because it's the same thing we just talked about. We have some crackers and some sodium. So here is the problem in a nutshell. I have 36 crackers, and I know that there's 240 milligrams of sodium in those crackers. I'm only going to eat 15, and my mom wants to know how much salt I ate that day because sodium means salt, right? Can I easily get from 36 to 15? No, that's not an easy number. So what I decided, or what Leon and a few of you decided to do, is that you decided to take the 36 and the 240 and reduce it, right?
Yeah.
And you can reduce 36 and 240 by dividing by what number?
12.
Is that the only number you can divide by?
No.
No, but that's a good one. Because if you divide 36 by 12, you get to what?
3.
And if you divide 240 by 12, you get to?
20.
Can you get from 3 to 15 now?
Yes.
What do you multiply by?
5.
So if you multiply the top by 5, you multiply the?
Bottom.
How much sodium did I eat if I had 15 crackers then?
100.
100 what?
Milligrams.
You think we can do this?
Yes.